Hey, this is Mike from Junkie on Crafts and Builds, and today we are doing an unboxing and impressions of the G.I. Joe Classified Series Cobra Valkyries. Now, first and foremost, I, like an idiot, did not pre-order these. I have to thank friend of the channel and fellow host of the Figure Action Podcast, T-Man978, for allowing me to borrow his copies of these beautiful figures so I can look at them and give you my thoughts. Thank you again, T-Man, for the assist. So let's go ahead and look at this box real quick. And it's got this really cool diorama scene. The two female Valkyries here. One is a command officer, one's a trooper. We have this nice bit of art here. And again, all the accessories are right in front of you there. And they have a lot. So we'll go ahead and look here on the side. They are number 68. And on the other side, we have that same image, and on the back we of course have a render of the figures. They are 5.9 inches, and again it shows all the accessories and some of the details. So let's go ahead and just get these ladies out of the box. And here we have both the Valkyries out of the box and already geared up. I'll go through the accessories on one of the figures, but I just want to get them both together. First impressions of them: they are both really nice figures for Hasbro, and we never have had female Cobra troopers. So this, as an overall viewpoint, is great that we have this type of variety in our Cobra ranks. So first thing we'll notice, not only do we have female troopers, but we have female troopers of different ethnicities. So it's really cool actually that we have diversity in our lines and for our collections. So let's go ahead and look at each piece of gear on one of these ladies. So we're going to pick the officer here. Her helmet is removable, so you get to see this really great head sculpt, and the eyes and just the eyebrows just showing some sort of evil intent. You know, you can just imagine the scowl behind the mask. So again, really nice. So starting with accessories, we have a blade that goes into her shoulder harness. We have this tan hilt and then a painted blade. One thing I will say about the tan accessories, I wish Hasbro would have just put a wash or some sort of, it just seems too clean. And we do have some deco on the shoulder harness and on the belt. So I'm not going to say that they didn't do any deco on it. Moving on, we'll stick with the back and we'll look at this backpack here. And you can see the back part of the shoulder harness still has that accent paint along there, and it's looking really nice. So with this backpack, again, it's just a plain Jane tan, but the sculpt on it looks really good, and I don't think we've seen this backpack before, but it is textured on the inside here. You kind of see the seam line. But again, all this would need is a simple dry brush or a wash to bring out all this sculpt work, and it would be money. With that, she comes with two guns, a SMG type of weapon here with scope, blast effect compatible, and a magazine that is removable. But she also has this assault rifle, again, futuristic kind of style, not really a real life weapon, but again, just nice detail. It just needs a little bit of love from a customizer to really bring out these little sculpt things. Like you can see this little dot here and this little square towards the front of the barrel. Just like little things like that could be such a nice accent if you just put in a little dry brush. So again, blast effect compatible. Moving down to this floating belt. Again, it's a little loose for the body. Next accessory she has are two of these small pistols. I can't remember if we've seen this sculpt before. It's a nice short barrel pistol, blast effect compatible, and she has a holster here on the side of her belt, and also another one on her leg. So that's the main accessories, but we're going to gear her all back up. So besides the two face heads, we have a third one here that has a kind of futuristic gas mask on, and this one really rocks. The red paint they used on the visors is really nice. It's a nice metallic red. It really brings out those reflections and a nice pop to everything. There's only one of those, unfortunately. It'd be really cool to have two of them because it really brings kind of like, I don't want to say Darth Vader look, not saying that, but it is a really nice accessory. So these Cobra female troopers come with a variety of blast effects and I put some on here to kind of demonstrate the variety. And it's a similar set to what we got with the Cobra Viper 3-pack. We've got this kind of 4-pronged exhaust with this bullet trace here for one example. We also have this multi-round blast effect, and then we also get a smoke effect as well. So I prefer the Valorverse versions of the blast effects just because all these are made out of this soft PVC plastic. As you can tell, like this one's kind of arcing up a little bit, so you had to do a little TLC to get them straight. And the Valorverse is more of a harder ABS plastic that's translucent, more realistic, so to speak. But I have no problem using both on either series of figures. I think it's great that we have them. But now that we've gone through that, let's go through a quick articulation. So for articulation, I have both of these females here just so we can go through the head articulation so you see the difference between the masked face and the gas mask face. So we're going to start with the head that has the eyes visible. And again, it's on a ball peg, so you can look up that far, you can look down that far, and you have a little bit of love and a tilt here. You can do a 360, and there's a little bit of a wiggle here. Like I said, you can give a little bit of attitude and such. Now for the gas mask head, I also left the backpack on just to see if there's any difference. But you can get, you can skid up about that far. I was trying to flex a little bit, but it's not going to go. Again, down that far, and you can get some attitude on her as well. So same articulation, whichever head you use, which is great because I'm sure everyone is going to have one of them with this type of head on. And if I didn't mention it earlier, the helmet does come off this gas mask head, so you can go unhelmeted. But for the rest of the review, she is going to be our officer. Okay, so going on to the body, with these small shoulders, I want to be a little careful. Not only that, because it's not mine, but I can get her almost to a T-pose. You see she kind of only wants to go probably a little about 45 or so. We have a bicep swivel, and the pinless double jointed elbows can go all the way up, which is really, really nice to show here on this side with this extra little floaty piece. It doesn't inhibit the rotation at all. Hand wise, we can go around and up and downs for both arms, the both trigger figures. That's great. Nicely done. We got the floaty piece here, and we have a dumbbell joint for the upper torso. It's a little tight on this one here. I don't want to force it, but you can do a twist on her. And then you have the lower swivel joint here, outer waist. If I can get her in focus. So she can do a lot of dynamic posing. This belt piece, again, is another floaty piece, which could annoy some people because it just constantly wants to ride up. We're going to look at these legs. We got the drop down hips. That can get you up that far and back that far before the sculpt hits the legs. Thigh swivel. So we have pinless double knees, which gives a really nice bend. We have boot swivel at the top here, and then we have toe tilt back, toe tilt up, and a very generous pivot. So similar articulation that we've been seeing across the board. That is the articulation real quick. Let's see how she compares. So of course, the first comparison I'm going to have is with my Valorverse girls. This is my Joe Fest exclusive Warpath Eclipse, standing next here to the female Cobra Trooper. And this is where a lot of people kind of are divided in regards to the sculpt and size. The Valorverse female figures are a little bigger, a little bulkier, a little more of a super athletic build. Not saying that the Cobra Trooper isn't athletic, but there is a definite difference in regards to how these figures were designed. And as you can tell here, like I said, even standing up straight here, Eclipse just kind of is a taller female overall. We are going to bring out a male buck from the Valorverse line, as well as the Jada Toys Street Fighter Ryu. But it's just neat to see the variety of figure styles we have here in the 1/12 scale. So final impressions of the G.I. Joe Classified Series Cobra Valkyries. They're a really nice addition to anyone's collection. I'm still kicking myself in the butt for canceling my pair of ladies, but knowing Hasbro, we'll get them re-released here sometime. It's just going to be trying to find that space in between all the releases they have coming out, as well as Valorverse's 3.1 and Series 4. We've got so many other independent companies coming out. It's a great time to be a collector and a really great time to add these two lovely ladies to your Cobra ranks. So that's all I have for right now. Again, if you like what I'm doing, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, like, share, please subscribe. Again, thank you for watching, and we'll talk again soon. Bye.